A 54-year-old Worcester woman is being investigated for the abuse of 12 children. We are not identifying her at this stage, as that may reveal the alleged victims in this case. The children, aged between 2 and 16, have been placed in a safety facility. According to reports, they were found chained and tied up in a container outside Worcester last week. The Western Cape Department of Social Development appointed a team of professionals to assist the minors. It says the children have undergone medical checkups and their parents have been contacted. The suspect will appear in court again on February the 13th, after the case was postponed this morning for further investigation. Well, staying with that story, Western Cape Social Development spokesperson Cayla joins us now. Cayla, good evening. Thanks very much for joining us. Well, first of all, what was the relationship between this woman and these children?
It's very difficult to explain the relationship between the accused and the children without giving the identity away and also contravening the Children's Act of 2005. However, from what I can say, the accused was the mother of one child, and some other children came from the surrounding community and were placed in her care.
Did she volunteer to take care of the rest of the children who were not his foster child and the one who was also her biological child?
Again, it's unfortunate that we can't comment on the nature of her organization. Her organization wasn't registered with the Department of Social Development, nor was it funded by the Department of Social Development. The Department of Social Development had no knowledge whatsoever of her organization. It's alleged that she took some of the children into foster care herself, but again, her operation was entirely illegal, and it was very, very difficult to comment on that.
Mm-hmm. Now, the child who apparently had a chain around her neck, what's that child alleged to have done?
From the information that I've received, the perpetrator has been allegedly mistreating some of the victims. The investigation is currently still ongoing. It is a contravention to comment on the specific details of itself. The reason for this is that this matter is a criminal matter which is investigated by the magistrate rather than the Department of Social Development. The Department of Justice will be following up on this, and there'll be a suitable person to speak to on the matter.
From the checkups, the medical checkups and everything that has been done by social workers and medical personnel, are they fine? Are they in no danger whatsoever? The children, that is.
The children are alive and well. They have since been placed in the foster care they've been placed in temporary care of various organizations and temporary care parents throughout the province. So there's no immediate threat to them at this stage.
Mm-hmm. Now, this alleged perpetrator appeared in court today for yesterday and today. Do we know if there are plans to add any charges?
From what I understand, there are 2 charges that have been laid against her. But again, these matters will be dealt with criminally and do not directly involve the Department of Social Development.
Mm-hmm. Do we know anything about her history outside of this particular, or what has been found over the past week?
As per her history, the accused was never supposed to have a registered never supposed to have an organization from the beginning. So
why?
We don't, as a department, know anything about her per se. Because if you want to have a registered organization, for example, a child and youth care center in the Western Cape, you have to register it with the department. You first have to make an application. Once you put through the application needs to receive vetting from your municipality in terms of health and safety, in terms of zoning, in terms of fire clearance. She has never submitted anything to that effect. And the reason that clearance, that registration is so important is because it guarantees and it ensures the safety of our children in the province.
How often have we seen this kind of thing happening in the province?
I think it's quite a shocking incident. The entire community of Worcester is completely shocked about it. The minister himself is completely shocked by the incident. It's unprecedented, the sort of trauma that these children have gone through.
Okay. Well, that's where we're going to leave it. Thanks very much for your time this evening, Cayla.